Hi, this is Maggie Graham with some suggestions about generating ideas for your career. We're on a website called ONET Online, which is compiled by the U.S. Department of Labor. The first place to go on this page is to this box that says, I want to be a. Click over there and it's going to take you to a free assessment that is going to generate a code for you that we'll use back on ONET Online. So click on the Start button in the I'm not really sure box, and then start the assessment by clicking this Next box, and go through the entire assessment, rating the questions according to the scale that they're outlining here, and just keep scrolling through the Next button until you get a 3-letter code. Then come back over here to ONET Online and look at this advanced search box down here. Click on the drop-down menu and go to interests, and then click to see the next page. Then what you're going to do here is you're going to pick the first letter in your code. So for me it's S. For social, click on that, and then it's going to show you these three boxes and give you the drop-down menus for each. I'm going to start actually with just 2 letters just to begin, because I'd like to have a nice long list. If I was going to add a 3rd letter, I would pop it in here. Click the go. And now what it's doing is it's showing you all the possible positions that are aligned with these codes. And you can see it actually doesn't matter which order I entered them in the boxes up here, because it starts to switch the order as we move further down the list. So this column is showing the interest code according to what you found on that free assessment. The job zone is showing you the educational level that is required for entry into this position. So 4 is an undergraduate degree, 5 is a terminal degree in that field. And then you'll go down 3, little bit of community college or certificate, 2 is a high school diploma, and 1 is no barrier to entry. You'll also see these 2 symbols throughout this website. The bright outlook, the sun, means that this is an area of growth that is projected in the coming years. The little leaf shows you a sustainability emphasis, or an eco. Now, all of these are hot links, so you can jump over and view any of them. And I'll show you just a few key areas that I like to look at when I'm exploring each of the descriptions. The first is this area up here, because it gives you all of the possible job titles associated with this particular arena. And that is going to be really helpful when you are in a job search, because now you'll have the titles that you can use when you're looking at Indeed.com or any of the other search engines for job listings. Most of these other categories are very self-explanatory. This flame shows hot technology, things that are emerging and showing up quite a bit in the current job market. Now I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, because there's a few things I want to look at. One is the education. What is the level of education that the people who are currently in these positions have? Because that's giving me a good sense of what I would need if I'm going to use this, or if I'm going to explore this particular career. So this is a nice section too, because it's giving you some hot buttons here to find some training opportunities. Now, you're seeing here this interest code that came from the online assessment. And so one thing that's important is if you see something in this code that is your lowest letter on that assessment, that's a little bit of a flag that this may not be a great fit for you. But what I'm looking to at are related occupations, because these are all hot links. And so I encourage people to get lost on this site. Just follow links and read descriptions and get ideas. And also look to see salary information and projected growth. Now this is medium, it's not entry level, and you can see it's also a little bit outdated. You can click here to see what the annual salary is in your particular state. And that is a nice site too, because it will take you to another place where you might be able to see some video descriptions of some of these positions. Not all of them will have video descriptions on this other site, but it's worth looking at. So take a look at all of these possibilities and play, get lost, wander through this site as you're exploring possibilities for yourself, and then come back to me and let me know if you want to have some additional ideas. One of my criticisms about this site, it is very comprehensive, but it looks backwards. And there are things that are emerging that are not captured on this site. And so I'd love to talk to you about that. So send me off an email if you're interested in learning more.